Good morning. It's 44 degrees, a chilly start to our Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. Hey, we have some rain headed our way this weekend. Mike will let us know all about that in just a bit.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. Rise and shine. It's Tuesday, the 30th.
Good morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. Good to be here with you guys.
Glad you're with us. Mike Osterhage is also with us to our right, talking about our forecast. Another beautiful warm up yesterday, Mike Osterhage. How are we shaping up for today?
Same thing. We do have clouds, some high clouds around here, unlike yesterday morning, so maybe not as pretty of a sunrise. And you were talking about those rain chances.
Right.
Yeah, as we lead into the weekend, but timing looks like it's going to be pretty good to where big events, rodeo as far as the Western Heritage Parade and Cattle Drive on Saturday, and it's looking like, fingers crossed also, then that's going to be getting out of here by the time that all begins. More on that in a second. First of all, as you can see, well, pretty good flying weather with that plane zooming around there. We are looking south from the 410 I-10 camera, and you can't really see the high clouds in that picture, but on the satellite picture, notice how they are sort of broken up in places, and the tail end of them, the trailing edge, if you will, is out there to the west. And these are going to be breaking up fairly quickly this morning. Like I said, we'll have a few of them hanging around here still as the sun comes up about 7:30 or so this morning. 44 here in town, 47 New Braunfels. So we are just about at our normal low temperature. I think we'll dip down a few more degrees before it's all said and done. Hint of a wind chill. I mean, it feels like 42 out there. So just enough of a breeze to kind of, have these cool temperatures sneak down the back of your neck. And mold is on the low side. Mountain cedar is moderate. Both of those numbers came down from the previous day's readings. And as far as the rest of today, like I said, we've got some of the high clouds hanging around here. They clear out nicely. We're going to warm up very nicely with this relatively dry air. So we'll already make it up to 64 at noon. Again, 20 degrees between now and noon. And then we're going to be topping off at 70. So like yesterday, anywhere from 25 to 30 degree span from the low to the high. Pretty much same thing tomorrow to finish up the month of January. February is going to start mild as well, and we do have some of that rain. We'll talk about that. Closer look at the weekend forecast in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. R.J. Marquez is behind the wheel right now. Stick or automatic?
Oh, automatic. Well, no, actually stick. Actually, yeah, my Wrangler's manual there. So, yeah, I'll take that almost any day. All right, guys, taking a look at traffic outside right now. US 90 at Nogalitos. We were trying to figure out what was going on 90 a little bit earlier, so spotted this, what's being reported as a crash right now, 90 westbound at Nogalitos. So again, this is eastbound traffic headed into the downtown area, but 90 westbound, we do see a vehicle here. It's being reported as a single vehicle crash right now. We're trying to get a little bit more information for you here in just a bit. 90 also here eastbound at Medio Creek, still have a stalled vehicle being reported in this area here, but traffic you see has kind of lined up here just a little bit over the past 15 minutes or so. We're going to head up north a little bit. We have a stalled vehicle being reported on Highway 151 eastbound at Loop 410, not causing any major delays right now, but something our drivers are going to have to keep in mind. And we go to the downtown area, still have a stalled vehicle being reported I-10 eastbound at Frio Street. Good thing is we had cleared out that other stall that was at I-10 and 35, so that's good news there. So again, most of our activity right now taking place on the west side and the southwest side. Also had a crash being reported on Palo Alto Road at Aragon, and a stalled vehicle being reported here on Zarzamora Street and a 410. And I believe this is our crash right there on 90 westbound at Nogalitos. And we have another crash there at South Cross. So a lot of activity taking place along 35 if you head up to the San Antonio area. We'll continue to follow the latest and give you more updates as they become available to us. Mark and Sarah, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. New this morning, a massive fire continues to burn right now just northeast of Brazos County. That's near Bryan College Station. Those huge plumes of smoke you see on your screen right now coming from a chicken farm that caught on fire. Crews on scene say the fire could burn for several days. As of now, there are no reports of any injuries, and it's not clear yet what sparked the fire.
Here in the Alamo City, firefighters say that a house caught on fire 2 days ago was completely destroyed last night. Happened just after 11 on West Houston Street near Commerce on the city's west side. The house is considered a total loss, and fire crews believe the blaze could have been intentionally set. There were no injuries, and investigators are working to figure out what sparked the fire.
Well, members of House Homeland Security Committee will meet today to consider articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Republicans blame him for the situation at the U.S.-Mexico border. They accuse him of violating his oath of office by, quote, willfully and systematically refusing to comply with federal immigration laws. House Speaker Mike Johnson wants the full House to vote on impeachment as soon as possible. But first, the articles need to pass the Homeland Security Committee. Democrats are calling this a sham.
The House Republicans have clearly turned their ever-shrinking majority over to the extremists.
The last time a House impeached a cabinet secretary was back in the 1870s.
In morning headlines, President Biden carefully considering how to respond after a drone attack in Jordan killed 3 American service members.
However, as ABC's M. Nguyen tells us, new reports say U.S. forces may have mistaken the enemy drone for an American one.
This morning, President Biden facing a difficult balancing act as he considers the risks of U.S. military strikes in the Middle East after a drone attacked an army base in Jordan, killing 3 U.S. service members. Specialist Brianna Moffitt, Specialist Kennedy Sanders, and Sergeant William Jerome Rivers. Moffitt celebrated her 23rd birthday 9 days before she was killed, her mother telling CNN.
She just light up a room whenever she walks in.
At least 34 others were injured in the attack blamed on Iranian-backed militants Sunday. A senior official telling ABC News the working theory is the enemy drone slipped past air defenses because it may have been mistaken for a U.S. drone that was landing at the same time. The U.S. likely factoring in that potential failure into their response. Iran has denied any involvement. According to U.S. officials, there have been at least 165 attacks on U.S. forces in the region since Israel's war with Hamas broke out in October, all of them blamed on Iran-backed militants. President Biden held an urgent meeting with his national security team yesterday after vowing to retaliate. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin echoing the president's remarks, speaking for the first time since his hospitalization.
The president and I will not tolerate attack on U.S. forces, and we will take all necessary actions to defend the U.S. and our troops.
But for any strikes inside Iran, a senior U.S. official says Biden has deep misgivings, fearing the conflict could further escalate. Meanwhile, hopes for a 2-month ceasefire between Israel and Hamas may have hit a roadblock. Hamas has reportedly rejected the deal, insisting on only a permanent ceasefire in exchange for releasing hostages. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Now to terrifying moments for a 5th grader near Phoenix, Arizona, and a warning for all parents. Surveillance video shows 11-year-old girl walking to school on your screen there when one of her neighbors tried to grab her off the street. The video and the girl's description of the man helped police arrest 37-year-old Joseph Ruiz. According to court documents, it happened outside of the girl's home. Police say Ruiz parked his car, got out, and lunged at her. He was later found in the same car wearing the same clothes as the man in the video. Officials say this is a good reminder to all parents to speak with your kids about how to react in these kinds of situations.
Meanwhile, Team USA is seeing gold this week after a scandal during the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing, China. The International Olympic Committee says the U.S. will now be awarded gold for figure skating after Russian Kamila Valieva was disqualified for doping. She was allowed to compete in Beijing despite testing positive for a banned heart medication. She was tested 6 weeks earlier at the Russian Championships, but staffing issues during the pandemic were blamed for a delay in reporting her results until February 7th, when the games had already begun.
There's no way on earth, if you fail a drug test, should you be allowed to compete at the Olympics. But that's what the Russians allowed with Kamila Valieva. And so when that story broke, it exploded. It was the biggest story at the Olympic Games.
Valieva is banned from competing until late next year, which is just before the Winter Olympics begin in Italy. Now is the time to make sure you're registered to vote. While it's a presidential election year, there are several elections at federal, state, and local levels. And the Texas primary election is in March. We'll be here before we know it.
And you have until next Monday, February 5th, to register to vote and submit an address change for the midterm election. You can check your status or verify your information on the Texas Secretary of State's website. Early voting will begin towards the end of February, and Election Day, of course, is March 5th.
6:10, 45 degrees.
Still to come, Amazon Prime Video users are now seeing ads in shows and movies. How you can still go ad-free. That's coming up before 6:30.
And after the break, Spurs followed up one of their best wins of the entire season with an ugly loss. How it all went down last night at Frostbank Center.
RJ is not happy about that. All right, 45 degrees at 6:10, having a chilly start. Will things warm up nicely and play out just like they did yesterday? Mike will explain that, and some rain that's going to happen later this weekend.
3 straight wins were up for grabs last night when the Spurs took on the Washington Wizards, second worst team in the NBA. They were here in San Antonio. Let's get to the highlights inside Frostbank Center. Spurs up 6. Blake Wesley's shot from the corner pocket is money. 2-point game. KJ kicks it out to Wemby, drives to the basket right there to put in his own putback dunk. First half clock winding down. Kuzma spins, gets the jumper to fall at the halftime buzzer. Spurs led by 4 at halftime. All right, let's go to the final minutes of the game. Wesley with his third steal leads to a Chetty Osman triple. San Antonio in front 86-77. But before you know it, Wizards go on a run and tie the game. Jordan Poole, 3-point shot, good from the corner. Then Tyus Jones, pick and roll, fade away. Wizards take the lead. Under 2 to go, Jones drains another jumper.
Well, it's what I call a self-inflicted loss. I thought Washington played harder than we did. They played smarter. They executed better. We didn't have enough people playing well or playing smart, and we did that to ourselves. So I think it's a tough loss because for the first time in a while, we looked young. We looked immature. We looked foolish and did not play with each other the way we have been. So that's a disappointment.
Spurs will stay home against the Magic on Wednesday. All right, so the Spurs let this one slip away. Devin Vassell finished with a game-high 24 in the loss. Kuzma, 18 for Washington. Wemby had 22, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Moving on, after 7 years as UTSA's quarterback and 11 surgeries throughout his playing career, Frank Harris decided it was time to hang up his cleats and trade them in for dress shoes. Harris joined by UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor and 47 Roadrunners football players yesterday when he announced that he'll be the new vice president of City Fans 210, an NIL fundraising organization that seeks to raise financial support for UTSA athletes with a focus on college football. Harris told us why this new role is so intriguing to him.
It's a perfect position for me to give back. Like I said, I don't feel like I'm going to be working at all. I feel like I've been going out talking to people my whole life, trying to represent UTSA the best that I can. And now I'm representing UTSA football and City Fans as well. So I'm definitely excited for it. Hopefully we can benefit from it. Hopefully I can bring some awareness and get some money for these guys and keep everybody here.
Harris plans to reach a goal of $1 million in funding for the UTSA football recruiting office over the next year. Good luck to Mr. Harris in his new role.
Good luck there. It's 6:16 and 43 degrees. RJ, anything happening out on the roads?
Yeah, guys, I have a couple of things taking place here, especially on the west side and southwest side here. You're looking here at a what's being reported as a crash there on 90 eastbound or westbound, excuse me, at Nogalitos. This is actually eastbound traffic headed into the downtown area. This is 90 westbound headed outside of the downtown area. You do see some emergency lights here off to the distance. Now traffic is moving through this area right here, but again, 90 westbound, something to keep in mind. It's been very busy on 90 so far this morning because not only do we have this crash being reported here, we also have a stalled vehicle that's being reported further west, South General McMullen Drive, again, also on the westbound lanes of 90. So we saw a lot of sort of delays in that area a little while ago. This is likely the reason because we have that crash and also right here, this stalled vehicle. A little bit further south, a couple of other things, again, to keep in mind if you are headed out right now, the southwest side, we still have a stalled vehicle being reported on 410 at Zarzamora Street, and then also we have now a crash being reported on I-35 at Palo Alto Road. So kind of that in-between area between 410 and before you get up to 35. So something to keep in mind for our drivers out in that area. So yeah, just take a look here at the citywide map and you see that most of, again, our activity taking place here on the southwest side, west side of town. We also had a crash being reported there on West South Cross Boulevard. So something to keep in mind for our drivers headed in that direction there. But everything else looks pretty good this morning, guys, as we take one more look here at our crash here on 90 at Nogalitos. But again, just keep this in mind if you're headed out. Seems that's been causing the biggest problem out there for our drivers on the west side.
RJ, since we've got you back here at the desk, can you real quick tell us why Frank Harris had 7 years as a UTSA quarterback? There was unusual eligibilities there?
Well, okay, so Frank had a couple of medical red shirts.
Okay.
He had 2 season-ending injuries his first 2 years of college, so he got those 2 years back, and then he also had the COVID year. Remember, the NCAA granted every student athlete 1 COVID year, so it was an extra year of eligibility, so that's why when you do the 3 years and then you add the 4 that he got just for being at UTSA.
So you got 2 redshirt years and then
2
a COVID
medical
year.
red shirts, 1 COVID year.
I knew he would know. Wow. I knew he would know. Thank you, RJ.
Yeah, but congrats. I mean, that's good to see Frank obviously still helping out UTSA
Staying in the
and
community.
staying in town. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
stuff there.
All right, if you are heading off to school this morning, grab a jacket and then make sure it's one of those with name tag in it, just in case kids leave behind, because we are going to be warming up quite nicely, gaining 25, 30 degrees over the course of the day. Got some high clouds hanging around here right now. A lot of sunshine today, so it's going to be another spectacular day like yesterday, and pretty much we'll do it all over again tomorrow as well. Now, we did obviously have some of those high clouds start to roll in late in the day, and that just made for a spectacular sunset over there at Woodlawn Lake. I love the perfect reflection right there on that. That's great looking. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. Can't really see those high clouds. They're still hanging around here. As a matter of fact, they are broken a little bit. We're looking down to the south, and there are a couple of stars that are showing up as well. All right, let's jump ahead and look at the long-range outlook. And this is basically checking out what's going to be going on then next week. And as you can see, well, rain chances. We've got that chance of rain coming in here this Friday. But as we go into next week, rain chances below what would be considered normal, and temperatures would be about a push between about what you would expect this time of year, which is mid 60s and roughly mid 40s. Then we go into the latter part of next week, in toward the second weekend of the month, and perhaps leaning a little bit as far as getting some rain around here, and temperatures would be slightly on the above normal side. So we'd be still looking at, say, upper 60s and mid upper 40s. So here's what's going on as far as current situation here. We've got this little bit of a northerly flow in the atmosphere, keeping things very, very pleasant around here. And that's, like I said, is going to be the situation not only today, but tomorrow as well. Then we're going to start to see some moisture come back on in here as from the Pacific Ocean as well as the Gulf of Mexico. That low starts to develop out there to the west of us. And this one, there's going to be some little disturbances sliding along, say this southerly flow of the jet right there. That's what's going to bring in that disturbance to give us the chance of rain Friday into early Saturday. And then it looks like this low is going to be in just the right position to kind of then take this thing and push it on out of here. So that's why rain chances will be Friday night, early Saturday. Then we're going to be clearing on out. And then this is going to pull down a bit of a front Sunday into Monday. And so that's going to sort of bring in slightly lower temperatures around here. Then behind that, we get into that little bit of a warm up going into, like I said, about the mid portion of next week, first to mid portion of next week. So the forecast looks like this today. We're going to have some clouds hanging around here this morning, some of those high clouds, more sunshine in the afternoon, 70. And that's how we're going to finish up the month. That's how we're going to start off February. A couple of extra clouds around here. And then we do have more clouds on Friday with that chance for some rain late in the day, overnight Friday, maybe even a couple of heavier downpours. This is going to be the best opportunity for showers and thunderstorms in the overnight hours and early Saturday morning. But as it's looking right now, a lot of that's going to be clearing on out by the time we get into the Western Heritage Parade and Cattle Drive, which of course kicks off at 11, but some of the festivities begin before that. There is I think it's a 5K, runs through the streets of downtown as well, in the Vaquero Cook-Off at Market Square. So a A lot going on as we get into rodeo, and then beautiful and kind of breezy the rest of Saturday, and good looking on Sunday.
Now, the 5K is not like a running of the bulls. It's a separate event, right?
No, it's not like Pamplona. No.
Okay.
People running.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Good to
much.
point that out there.
Clarification. 622, 43 degrees.
We'll be right back with your consumer headlines.
COPD isn't pretty. I'm out of breath and often out of the picture. But this is my story. And with once daily Trelegy, it can still be beautiful. Because with 3 medicines and 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps my airways open for a full 24 hours and prevents future flare-ups. Trelegy also improves lung function, so I can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
What a wonderful world. Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy for COPD, because breathing should be beautiful all day and night.
In your morning consumer headlines, ads have arrived on Amazon Prime Video. Users are now seeing commercials in movies and shows. Amazon says the ads will be limited, but if that's too much, viewers can pay $3 per month to go ad-free.
Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, is going to start sharing social media data with researchers who study online well-being. The announcement comes ahead of Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg's appearance at the congressional hearing about children's online safety.
And TikTok is encouraging creators to make some big changes. It's asking them to start posting horizontal videos instead of those vertical ones, and videos that are over a minute long. As an incentive, TikTok will boost those videos within 3 days, ensuring more views. Are you on TikTok,
what?
Sarah?
I mean, yes, I'm on all the apps, but I've been doing these vertical videos because that's what the people wanted.
Right.
And now I have to go back to horizontal?
They're turning our world upside down, Sarah Costa.
I am turned.
You are.
Consider me turned.
627, 43 degrees.
Let's take a look outside with the roads at TransGuide. Lots of people out and about this morning. Just take a look at all the cars there on 90 and Nogalitos. RJ Mark has been tracking it. Some of the incidents happening around our area. He'll have them when we come back.
Not too bad out there for late January. It's a starry night out there, waiting for the sun to come up, and hovering in the mid to lower 40s.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, January 30th. Yes, it's still January. It's like we have this whole extra week of January. I cannot wait till January is over and we have February. I don't know. I get perturbed at these long months.
Yeah, this is a long one. The winter doldrums. And after the holidays is always a little tricky.
Yeah.
Other than February, it's either 30 or 31. I mean, that's...
No, let's get to February. Let's get this over with.
I think what she's trying to say is, will you guys be my Valentine?
So that 31st day just kind of sends you over the top.
It does. I just can't stand it.
You're going to be okay.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Do you want to step up while you're on the planet?
No, I'm okay. You can do that.
All right, we do. That's weird. I have, we've got a couple of, you can see a couple little stars. There's one little spot right there behind that banner. And here's the early morning glow of the sunrise. But we do have a few high clouds kind of hanging around here as of right now. And like Mark was talking about, not bad for late January. 44 degrees. The normal low is right in the vicinity of the low 40s. Dew point stands at 37. So not bad as far as the humidity is concerned. A little bit of a breeze out there, so just a hint of a wind chill. And you can see on the satellite picture some of these clouds that are hanging around, a few breaks here and there as well. It's not a real thick layer, just a kind of a little thin blanket, if you will. And there's the trailing edge out there in Val Verde County. So they're not going to be sticking around all that much longer. A pair of 36s up in Kerrville, Comfort, Bernie Stage as well. And then 44s all around the metropolitan area. Again, nothing really too extreme. And that's also, well, high temperatures are still going to be about 5 above normal. So I guess you might call that kind of extreme as far as high temperatures this time of year. Mountain cedar, moderate mold is low. The updated count's going to be coming out, of course, later on this morning. So plenty of sunshine today. We are going to make it up to 70. So anywhere from 25 to 30 degree warm up from the low to the highs. like we did yesterday, and that's going to be the situation tomorrow as well. Thursday and Friday, we're going to have more clouds around here, especially later Thursday and into Friday. And we do have the chance for some showers, even a few thunderstorms late Friday. That's going to extend overnight into the early morning hours Saturday. And it is looking promising as far as the rain getting out of here by the time the Western Heritage Parade and Cattle Drive starts. It's going to be breezy in the afternoon. We're going to have lots of sunshine, great looking day in the afternoon Saturday. That's going to then carry over into Sunday as well. Just a very, very nice first weekend of February. Plus, we get to start the month with a little bit of rain after the second rainiest January on record. So all the details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, it's been not bad on the roads this morning, RJ. What's the
Mike, a little bit of a hit and miss out there. Obviously, as we get into our 6 o'clock hour, seeing a lot more people on the roads. That's exactly what you're looking at behind me right now, US 90 at Medio Creek. So we still have that stalled vehicle. You still see traffic is moving through here on the eastbound lanes of 90 at Medio Creek. But just a lot of traffic this morning out there. Fortunately, we have not seen too many major incidents. We are clearing out this crash right here on 90. This is the westbound lanes now, both of these incidents here. We are clearing this one out here at 90 at Nogalitos, and then a little bit further west, we are about to clear that one out there at 90 and South General McMullen. But either way, both directions of US 90 been pretty busy throughout our entire morning. Do want to let you know about this crash here. This is at 35 and Palo Alto Road. So basically, this is the Poteet-Jerrington Freeway, also known as that, besides Palo Alto Road. So it's going to be causing a little bit of delays there for our drivers on the southwest side, especially if you're coming up from 410 trying to get up to 35. Real quick, here gas prices, want to let you know that we did see a 9 cent increase from yesterday across San Antonio. We're at $2.85. That's a 13% increase from a week ago. So if you are headed out, just expect to see a little bit of pain at the pump if you make your way out and fill up your gas this morning. Mark and Sarah, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. A house fire overnight raising some eyebrows among investigators. They believe someone may have started the fire intentionally. The second fire there in the past 2 days.
Katrina Weber is live on West Houston Street near Zarzamora. Katrina, it doesn't look like there is anything left of that house.
No, there really isn't. If you take a look at this, it's quite a sight to see the ruins here. The firefighters say they had to call in a crew to knock down this house. They say what was left of it after the fire was presented a danger. Now, when firefighters got here after 11 last night, they had flames all throughout the house. This is a place where they had been for a fire just a couple of days ago. They say even before that earlier fire, this house was vacant and had no working utilities. And they say it looks like someone may have started this latest fire intentionally, but all of that is still under investigation. Now, as you can see, there is a lot for investigators to go through to determine exactly how this fire started. Reporting live on the west side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. A woman at the center of a contentious child custody case has been arrested and charged. It's a story KSAT Investigates we told you about late last week. So Angel Nieves is accused of failing to return her daughter back to her father after Thanksgiving. Police arrested her over the weekend. A San Antonio police report says she didn't bring the 9-year-old to meet her father on November 25th. So now she's charged with felony interference with child custody. The girl's father called police November 25th when Nieves was a no-show, and she was indicted last week. The child was returned to her paternal grandparents and will be reunited with her father back at their home in Georgia.
Happening today, the defense will continue with their testimony at the Bexar County Courthouse in the murder trial of a military veteran accused in a deadly shooting. Roger McCracken is accused in the 2021 deadly shooting of Ronnie Riddle outside a Southeast Side apartment. The prosecution rested yesterday. So far in testimony, an eyewitness to the shooting said McCracken's wife and Riddle were arguing when McCracken started shooting. His attorneys argue it was self-defense. If found guilty, McCracken faces up to life in prison.
Over a month after being indicted, 3 SAPD officers made their first court appearance yesterday, charged in the death of 46-year-old woman last summer. So former Sergeant Alfred Flores and Officer Elizar Alejandro are facing a murder charge. Former Officer Nathaniel Villalobos is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Last June, Melissa Perez was having what Police Chief William McManus said was a mental health crisis. She was holding a hammer when police shot her through a patio window and door. Nico LaHood, Villalobos' attorney, explained to KSAT that yesterday's hearing was the beginning of getting all evidence turned over to the defense.
We talked to the state. They notified us that we were missing some documents, and so the judge gave them a date to make sure we had all the discovery for all counsel. And so we're going to continue reviewing evidence as we get it in.
LaHood believes all three men will be tried together. The next hearing is February 26th.
Happening today, Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez has accepted our invitation to join us live on KSAT Q&A tonight at 6 p.m. He's been criticized by the Police Officers Association for mistreatment of officers on trial and setting low bond for criminals. And he's faced accusations of failing to fully prosecute cases. DA Gonzalez has agreed to join us in person here in studio for our KSAT Q&A to respond to those accusations and talk about his priorities for 2024. Should be interesting. Join us tonight on the news at 6.
A number of attendees of the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo Barbecue Cook-Off tell KSAT they were left with a bad taste in their mouth, and it wasn't the food. It was paying for what they thought was authorized parking, and then they ended up being towed. So this happened over the weekend at THT Off-Road. The owner says the parking for his business was supposed to have been blocked off so no one could park there. But he tells KSAT he learned that his employees were using the parking lot without permission to make extra cash. Chris Derby with the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo says to avoid the frustration and headache of being towed, just head to sarodeo.com.
For all the parking, we actually have our lots all color-coded, lot 1 through 9. We also have some shuttle lots that are available. Any one of those will work. If you go to sarodeo.com and look for parking, you can see we actually pre-sell some of our parking as well, or you can buy the shuttle parking.
Meanwhile, the owner of THT Off-Road says if you were towed, just call THT Off-Road, ask for Mark, and send him a copy of your towing receipt.
Before we go to break, happening this morning, a big Fiesta announcement. The Fiesta Flambeau Parade Association will announce their Grand and Honorary Grand Marshals. That's happening this morning at 10 o'clock. KSAT 12 will be there to cover it for you. We'll be live streaming the announcement on our website. You can watch all live this morning at 10 o'clock on KSAT.com.
Yeah, so once we finish January, it's just like almost Fiesta, basically.
Oh, yeah, we jump right into the spring events for sure.
But don't forget the rodeo. It's Rodeo Fiesta and then all fun.
That's right. 640, 44 degrees.
Just ahead, we're going to Career Day. We'll head to Warrenlee Elementary and meet some kids who help run their student newscast.
6:43. Welcome back. Do you remember career days growing up? Sure, it seems like almost yesterday.
It's exciting. So you got a chance to learn about grown-ups' jobs and their opportunity to ask questions about what they do.
KSAT 12 producer Haley Powers spent a morning with students at Warrenlee Elementary and was able to tell them about working in news.
And she got to meet some of the kids who help run the student-led newscast on campus. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Within an hour and a half's time, I got the chance to speak to nearly 100 students at Warrenlee Elementary in Northside ISD. The school hosting their annual career day, bringing in people from all occupations.
My name is Haley. I am a news producer at KSAT 12, which is the ABC station here in San Antonio.
Warrenlee opened their doors in 2020, and since then, their morning announcements have been ran like a newscast.
Good morning, Warrenlee Wildcats. Welcome to WWN-TV. Here at Warrenlee, we are on the prowl for knowledge.
Each year, a group of about 25 to 35 fifth graders get the chance to tell the morning announcements. All students learn how to direct the shows, anchor them, and run the scripts.
It's really fun just coming in here with everybody else from different classes. We work together just to announce to everybody. Just the announcements.
Faculty and staff at the school say having their fifth graders run the announcements help give them a sense of pride and step into a leadership role on campus.
The kids will come in and say, when the kids see me in the hallway, they're like, I saw you on TV. And so that just gives them that leadership role.
The news announcements include the pledges, what's for lunch, birthdays, and important news.
We really work together to make it a school community broadcast every morning.
Students interested in being in the WWN-TV news crew get to apply and audition when they're in fourth grade. Haley Powers, KSAT 12 News.
Future stars at KSAT 12.
No, I didn't have any of that growing up. We had newspaper, yearbook, nothing cool like that.
I remember when I was in junior high over near Randolph Air Force Base, KSAT had a show called PM Magazine a long time ago. They came out and did some stuff at my junior high.
Inspired
and
you?
I was hooked. I was hooked.
And look at you now, Mark. So proud.
That's awesome.
RJ.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much.
That one Channel 1, I don't know if from Kiss,
yes,
right.
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah,
yes.
Lisa Ling was in there. Yeah, that was a bit of it.
They'd roll the TV in.
Yeah, back in the day. All right, guys, I want to go through a couple of things here. 90 at Meadow Creek, just saw a TxDOT vehicle out here. Looks like they may have tagged this vehicle here, possibly for a tow because they have moved out of that area, but we still are seeing traffic move through here. This is 90 eastbound at Meadow Creek. So again, south side here, southwest side, we still have this crash there. I-35 at Palo Alto Road. Keep that in mind if you're headed into that area. But we are starting to see some things pop up on the north side here as well, northwest side. I-10 eastbound, at least one main lane blocked here at Camp Bullis. So keep that in mind if you are headed inbound from that part of the city, the Dominion area. And then 281 southbound at Loop 1604, a stalled vehicle being reported in that area out there on the north side. So usually we've been seeing, normally we've been seeing a lot of stuff here on the west side, but now starting to see some things pop up in other parts of the city. Guys?
Wasn't PM Magazine late 70s?
Yeah,
mid-late
sounds
70s?
about right.
Yeah.
And if you watch KSAT that long, the anchors were Mario Bosquez and a lady named Peggy Coconut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you remember those came out of the memory banks. But anyway, that was a long, long time ago.
You guys weren't even. Anyway, all right. You know, with the high level moisture around here, this sometimes happens. So, great shot of the moon, and it's got this nice little halo around, this little ring around it. So that high level moisture, which sometimes, you can't see, it's these little tiny ice crystals, and they form the little prisms. We've shown pictures of this before. I've heard them called like moon dogs or something like that. And that can happen around the sun as well. So just a neat little phenomenon. Thank you very much for that. And boy, fiery looking sky off there to the east, but you can see some of the high clouds that we have here as well, but real spectacular sunrise. These high clouds are going to be moving on out of here fairly quickly this morning, and then we're going to have a lot more sunshine throughout the day. So humidity has been very tolerable, and it's low enough to allow us to warm up so much throughout the afternoon. So, we gained 25, 30 degrees across the board yesterday. That's going to be the situation again today. And humidity is going to be still fairly low going into tonight, tomorrow. But then as we go into tomorrow evening, we're going to start to get more of a southeasterly flow, and that's going to pull in some more humidity, and that'll especially be the case overnight tomorrow night into Thursday. That's going to help out with a few more clouds around here. It won't be as cool in the morning low temperatures Thursday morning as well as on Friday morning. Now, as far as today is concerned, a lot of sunshine. Like I said, we'll have some of these clouds left over this morning. They'll continue to clear on out, maybe one or two of them throughout the rest of today. Already up to 64 degrees at noon, top off at 70 later on. And again, 25, 30 degrees across the board. And we're going to have a spectacular sunset tonight. Then, like I was talking about, the moisture comes back on in here, a few more clouds, and we get a disturbance moving on through. Here's the long-range computer model. Some clouds around on Friday. We get into Friday afternoon and going in toward dinner time, a couple of showers around here. Again, kind of broad brush with the long-range models. But the one thing you can take away from it is the majority of this, those darker shades of green and some yellows in there, are pretty much eastern half of the area. There might be a couple of heavier downpours around here. This is going to be Friday night, and there's the chance for a stronger storm or two. And as we get a little bit closer, we're going to sort of narrow in on that. But this is going to go on Friday night into early Saturday. The latest model, though, is encouraging as far as getting this out of here by the time everything really gets rolling as far as the Western Heritage Parade and Cattle Drive on Saturday. The Vaquero Cook-Off down there at Market Square. That's going to carry over into Sunday as well. Saturday afternoon is going to be on the breezy side, a lot of sunshine in the afternoon, and then that will carry over into Sunday. So overall, good-looking weekend. It's just going to be wet on Friday night into early Saturday morning. 70 to finish up January, 70 to start February. And then those showers around here on Friday, late, early Saturday. Good looking weekend, first weekend of February.
And you'll be out there on Saturday doing the show.
Yes, indeed. Fiona and I are going to be a little bit different this year for the start. We're going to be walking right ahead of the cattle.
Ooh.
Yes, all the way from 35, right down Houston Street, all the way down toward Jefferson, where our broadcast area is.
Are you walking in your boots? Or are you
Yes.
okay.
Old boots that are broken in.
Okay, they're broken in.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike.
Time now 6:50, 44 degrees.
Tooth decay is one of the most common childhood diseases in the country. Tomorrow on GMSA, how you can protect your child's teeth.
Outside with Live Cam. Thanks for waking up with us here on GMSA. We're going to wrap things up before Good Morning America begins on KSAT and ABC.
Okay, a hard freeze like the one we had a couple of weeks ago isn't in the current forecast, but we know from living here in February almost always brings some cold weather with it.
So today on GMSA at 9, we're going to get you ready for that next winter blast by talking do's and don'ts of children wearing bulky coats and sitting in a car seat.
An expert will share what parents need to check when buckling their kids up and what to do instead if their child's coat can't be worn under the car seat harness.
We'll get some good questions answered coming up.
Hey, before we go, let's check in with RJ.
Yeah, definitely want to buckle up. There are a lot of people on the roads this morning as people make their way out to work and school this morning. Want to let you know about a couple of trouble spots that we're following right now. We have a stalled vehicle being reported on the far northwest side, eastbound I-10 at Camp Bullis. And let's go to the far north side here, US 281 southbound at Loop 1604. Not causing any major delays right now at the moment, but still something for our drivers to keep in mind in that area. So it's been a very busy morning, especially on the west side. We have cleared out some of our other delays there on 90 west and eastbound, so traffic looks pretty good in that area. Mike?
We've got some high clouds hanging around here. As you can see, the sun is coming up off in the distance right there. Well, we're starting to see the glow of the sunrise, and these clouds won't be sticking around all day long. They'll be clearing out later on this morning. Mid-30s in the hill country, 44 here in town. It's a hint of a breeze out there, so just that little kind of nip to some of these temperatures. 64 at noon, 70 high temperature, plenty of sunshine, big warm up throughout the day. Going to do it all over again tomorrow, so we end up the second wettest January on record on the warm side, and that's how February is going to be starting off. Then another chance of rain late Friday, overnight, early Saturday, and right now it's looking encouraging that it's going to be out of here by the time the whole Western Heritage Parade kicks off on Saturday. But enjoy the weather today.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for watching.
We'll be back here at 9 a.m. GMA starts now.